All right, guys, it is 4:30 a.m. right now, and I'm final loading my truck so that I can head out on what may be the most important trip or organization that Blaze has ever sponsored. So I have to run, but hop in the truck, come with me real quick, and let me tell you a little bit more about it, and then show you this amazing trip we're doing this weekend for a bunch of really good dudes.
How you doing?
Alright, so I am on the road now, headed to either Silverton or Lake City, Colorado, not sure just yet, because I have to find a campsite for 9 trucks and 3 overland trailers. That's a massive site. I'll tell you more about it later, but the long story short, I'm headed out early so I can go ahead and grab a campsite so that by the time everybody else heads out, they know exactly where they're going. So I'm gonna go meet Luis from Veterans Always Moving Forward, and we're gonna grab a site for, like I said, 9 trucks and 3 overland trailers. You're gonna wanna stick around for this one. Alright, so here's the deal. Jesse from Switchback Supper Club is actually coming to cook for everybody. However, that doesn't mean the boys don't eat some Klondike bars and cream sodas, right? So I stopped by the store, grabbed a cart full of groceries. We're gonna have peak meals for some of the stuff. Like tomorrow morning I'll do peak biscuits and gravy, and we'll use peak refuel for lunches and whatnot. However, I still got some hot dog stuff, some brats, and some other goodies because why not have some food? I got this massive fridge freezer, might as well throw some stuff in it and bring it with me just in case, and to have some extra snacks for the guys to hang out. I don't really do long hangouts at camp in one place, so I feel like we'll definitely be eating at camp a little bit more rather than eating on the road or at a gas station like I normally would, unfortunately. So just grab some snacks. Now I'm gonna load them into the fridge and hit the trail. We are in, I don't know, Montrose right now, so the next stop is going to be Silverton, where I'll top off on diesel and then head up the mountain. Alright, I would say it's as good a spot as any. I have to level the truck. I also have to reserve these other 2 sites somehow. And it's about to start raining, so I'm going to figure out what to do about that. And then level the truck and set up camp. Man, it's starting to rain, but it is pretty out here. Look at that. Alright, so it sounds like it's about to start dumping rain, so I have to do a couple of things. One is put this chair up to reserve that other site. Look, this is not the type of thing I expect to get stolen. It's a very expensive little backpacking chair from Helinox, and I'm always hesitant to like leave stuff out. But I'm learning to trust people a little bit more, even though you probably shouldn't, because that's how the world is. But I'm gonna put my chair up and then just listen for people to come by, because we're at a dead-end road that dead-ended shorter than it used to. They just put a gate up. It's super fresh and it's closed and it's locked, so unfortunately can't get back there. It even says no vehicles, so no getting past that one. All right, let's go put our camp holders out. All right, so here's what we got. People definitely camp on that side, and there's rocks. Can't really see them here. Doesn't look like they really camp here, but there's rocks over there. around the border where people camp. So that's cool. Here, I'm being a jerk and reserving the site. A feeling that this is the camp where people are gonna hang out. And I actually kind of want to park up here, but we'll see. There's a lot more level, so I might actually park up here. Just back right in all the way up here next to the fire pit. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, this is a very popular camping area because these trails, like walking trails, are very worn in. Which makes me fear a little bit about bears. I don't see any scat. I don't see any paw prints yet, but you know how that goes. This also looks like it's flash flooded a little bit recently with all that rain. That's a little bit worrisome, but we are way up there, so we can drive higher up ground if we have to. We can't go that way though, because we would be trapped back here. Wow, yeah, that's nice. I think we should try to cold plunge. Just lay in the cold water. Maybe walk up and down it and see if there's a nice little pool. So after walking it, being by the creek sketched me out, right? I got the bear spray ready. After walking it, I'm gonna snag this spot up here and move the chairs down here. So hopefully no one comes in the 45 seconds that takes. Well, I found a campsite. It's about to start pouring. It just rained a little bit. So I'm gonna get my storm doors closed. Get all that closed too. And then go explore, because I figure I might as well do that before it starts raining. Look at that, it's already sprinkling. Again. Hey, watch for these cool little vents to pop open on my Super Pacific after I close it up.
Oh, this is toasty.
All right, so we have 2 large boxes of legitimate military MREs with us. These are like super legit, right?
They're legit. They even are stamped for Department of the Defense.
I see
United
that.
States of America.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I've never had an MRE before. We also have Jesse's coming to cook, Switchback Supper Club. We've got one of your other friends who has a
Table
cooking
8. Yeah.
Yeah, Table 8. He has a cooking business as well, and he's bringing his trailer just because that's what he takes camping. And then we have a ton of peak refuel meals thanks to Bass Pro Shops.
Bass Pro Shop.
So there's a rabbit.
Exactly. I was about to tell you. I didn't want to say nothing. I was like,
Ton of peak refuel meals thanks to Bass Pro Shops, but it's just us tonight for now, at least, getting everything ready. We got the sites reserved, as you saw. So Luis is going to show me how to make an MRE, like a legit MRE, because a peak refuel meal, you open up, take the preservative packet out, pour boiling water in, seal it for 10 minutes. That's it.
you're done. All right.
Yeah. So Are we gonna dig into these? How do these things work?
So we just cut them open, or I mean peel, which
Okay.
9 out of 10 out of 10 probably won't work. Oh no, doesn't work. I would just shake it like baby shake. Release it with the top. It will blow in your hand. And then I'll just put it on this rock behind as well.
Okay.
We used to make MRE bombs. You don't want to know about those yet.
I do want to know about those.
We'll do that off camera.
This tastes like lunchroom spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Or like SpaghettiOs almost.
Yeah, they don't put a lot of effort into them, but when you're hungry, you haven't eaten for a couple days, they will.
Everything is soaking wet. Louise just took 2 chairs down there, let them dry out in the sun. But yeah, it poured last night, and then on top of absolutely pouring rain, it also was very cold. It was like low 40s, which with all the water and rain was very cold. And then it hailed a little bit. I heard it on the top of the Super Pacific, so it's hailing, which isn't the most fun thing. I instantly start worrying about my truck, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be okay? But I've been through a little bit of hail, so I know it's not as bad as it sounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and whip up some biscuits and gravy. I don't know if there's a better camping breakfast meal than this right here. The Peak Refuel sausage, biscuits, and gravy is absolutely phenomenal.
At camp, you know, it's not a big deal.
Oh, that's good. What? I guess that's close enough. Well,
With my luck, I walk out there and I get the big one.
yeah. Well, it's starting to hail, or dropple, or whatever that's called. We're getting the Dippin' Dots.
Last.
You know, I'm fine with it doing this.
Here.
Are we running a trailer?
All things come in threes.
Unless you buy a 4-pack. Yeah, this is crazy. It's super bright and sunny outside. We're getting a little bit of the mountain hail type stuff. And then it is very warm in here because we have a howl. We have it turned down too. It could go way bigger.
So she says.
Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna turn this thing off since it got breezy again.
It's right there.
Cashews.
Peanut
I'll take peanut butter.
You recognize that gum?
No, I always threw away the packet with the gum and all this plastic.
Well, you do recognize it
I threw
then.
away the spoon,
little
yeah.
coffee stick.
Yeah, I would just use my fingers. Just, yeah. But the jalapeno cheddar cheese,
I gave him mine earlier.
that was the dude.
Oh, dude, I was like straight out of the fucking packet earlier just with the jalapeno cheddar.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. That's funny. That's classic.
Don't taste the same.
Some things never change. He had a cheese pizza earlier.
I thought I'd had one before, but it was not. No, I'd never had one.
You
guys have all the good stuff. Like, you just dig through the MREs or
No, this is the leftovers from the ones we did get, like we did eat. We've
Oh.
opened 4.
1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, 'cause 2 last night, 2 today.
But like today, I traded in the peanut butter.
It literally is a
jalapeno
toaster
cheddar
strudel.
cheese.
He's like, what are you guys doing? I was like, the army thing.
And then I ate my applesauce and my piece of pizza, which was like, you know, everything you
You
can
better eat that
expect.
quick. I will tap you. Good?
It's like a Pop-Tart.
It is a Pop-Tart.
Heater packets were always pretty cool. Just add water and shake it.
Yeah, it's
so
so
fucking
it has that signature smell.
Uh,
We had one. He had one going in there. We had one going earlier in there, and you just like, yep, that's an MRE heater.
just hot
Oh,
box.
just chemicals, baby.
The DEET, man. Need all the DEET. I think mosquitoes are like literally my least favorite thing on the planet. I hate them more than ketchup, if you can imagine.
Ketchup? I know it's all that good
Oh, I hate ketchup.
You say that word, he'll start gagging.
No, I don't go that far, but
Why do you hate ketchup?
'cause it's disgusting. It's sweet, sticky, cloying. The smell of it is gross too. Yeah. I mean,
Is this a
when you've like waited tables and worked in restaurants and you like marry the ketchup bottles together and it just gets on you and gets everywhere.
is this like a chef thing, or is this like a
No,
you were born this way?
no. My family just didn't grow up eating ketchup, so I wasn't necessarily born that way. We just didn't eat ketchup. Put mayonnaise on everything.
Personally, I like Jesse's Tundra way better than his Tacoma. I like the color better. I like the build better. Definitely a fan. Definitely a fan. Alright guys, so Jesse from Switchback Supper Club just got here. He's getting set up. He's gonna cook our food for the night. Super excited, gonna do something pork belly. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely ready for it. So I'm gonna head down here and see what all these guys are up to at campsite B. Technically campsite number 1 according to the sign.
There you go.
How's it look?
It looks insane.
The food.
I just can't wait to eat it. It's Flavor Town.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh wait, I forgot to ask. Is anybody allergic to cricket?
Oh shit.
Cricket?
Delicious source of protein.
You guys like the watermelon?
Really good. What's on it?
What's on it?
Yeah.
Cricket.
Cricket?
Jesse can explain it.
It's a little salted chapelina, so you know, toasted Oaxacan adobo crickets. Just toast them a little bit extra, blend them up with some salt, and herbs on one. Makes it delicious.
It's like tahini.
That's what I thought it was. I was
Mitchell's
like,
had enough interesting things for me to know I'm not kidding.
So it's actually crickets.
Yep.
It's on the watermelon.
Yeah, just on the water.
So when he came back,
And I was looking for something long term. I've had. Right. So now you gave me a good idea, but now everybody knows tonight I can be walking by and just.
And usually what you do is when you do it, like I said, you just do it really tight. So when you pull that, just make sure you just pull it really, really tight right there. But that's okay. We're just, because we're going to undo it again.
Yeah.
Do this again.
Okay, so we'll just redo it again. And next time we can have 2 or 3 people do it. And that way we hold it in the middle and make it tighter.
military style. Gold peak.
You blew the other ones
Frag
out.
out.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
But actually, the more you're doing that, the scent's coming off better. So maybe we just torch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just,
We just put the citronella in a pot and I'll just bring it to a boil.
yeah. We'll just put it on the howl. Just light that howl up real quick.
Right.
Two body is actually smaller than the new like ace.
Alright guys, so right now we finished breakfast and everybody's just been hanging out, talking, we're packing up. I'm leaving the truck here. I'm not going to be off-roading, neither is Jesse. Our trucks are kind of blocked in. The dude with the bigger trailer and the Nissan Frontier, he's going to leave his truck here too. So we're going to hop in. We have Luis's Tundra, we have a 3rd gen Tacoma, a 5th gen 4Runner, and then another 3rd gen Tacoma. So we have 4 cars going. So we're going to go off-roading, but I think since the sun it's like 11:30, the sun's right above us almost. This is going to be the best time to do the cold plunge in the river. So with that, I think we might go ahead and do that now and then go do the off-roading right after that. So if that's the case, I'm going to go and set up the 2 HAL R4s or an R1 and an R4 over there and get those things set up and blasting so that everybody has some nice heat from the fires. It's also a little bit windy now for the first time. You might be able to hear the wind blowing the tent, but yeah, so we're gonna get everything set up to keep everybody warm through a cold plunge. We'll see. He's walking up right now, so we're gonna see if we're doing this or not. Well guys, we saw a bunch of vehicles pulled over on the side of the road. We thought people were just talking or passing each other, whatever was going on. And then as a Jeep drove by, what do you say? It was like bear? There's a bear over there?
There's a bear in that group.
He's like, they're looking at a bear or something as he drove by. And so these 2 both saw it like right away somehow, but it took me a minute. And then as soon as he said there was a bear, I rushed and grabbed the new lens, the 200 to 600, and oh my gosh, check out these shots. That's why I got this lens, and I am thrilled. Just check this out. This one's gonna catch it.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Because like this one will land on top of this pole, and that'll catch the roof.
Totally. And that's solid on the bottom, so it's the reverse of the porch one.
Yeah.
But these aren't doing so well. That goes all the way up.
Yeah, that's a crazy building. I couldn't convince any. I almost got him to go in the basement.
for a peak peaches and cobbler, but it wasn't quite enough. 2 peaches and cobblers.
I'll do it.
He would do it.
But also, if you
I'll
didn't
give you
know,
one.
If you didn't know, this is what Jeep problems look like. We got 2 hoods popped here, one up on the trail and one down here.
And if you didn't know, Toyota problems look like clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, Toyota, do better on power steering reps.
Yeah, so we're gonna check out one more building and then get back on the trail to Cinnamon Pass.
You know what? Oh, I'm gonna be honest.
I know, huh, Ryan?
I've been to a lot of places, and there's none as spectacular as we've just seen. You know, I'm usually terrified of mountains,
Yeah.
but you know, all these vehicles right here, they've all got, you know, great traction, great, you know, 4-wheel drive, all that good stuff. But it doesn't matter, you know. Everything we've done all up to this point, and even coming up to here. I mean, I even was up to a deer. I mean, that deer was so close. I mean, it was amazing. So yeah, this is just a beautiful place.
I'm gonna be honest, guys, driving the Alpine Loop is a little bit rough. Like, it just, you know, rocks you back and forth. It's Rocky Mountains. But mountain biking the Alpine Loop? Absolutely not.
People, pedestrians, personas.
That's crazy.
Well, we've had a nice adventurous day. Got to see some mines. Got to see some small obstacles and see how fast people could be or slow they are. Heading back to camp. Get some amazing food. I switch back there. And hopefully none of our stuff's missing from camp, you know?
What inspired me to join the military? So for me, to sum it up in one word, would be, you know, just opportunity. I grew up with, you know, just my mom in a trailer park in a small Midwest town. So, what inspired me to join the military, honestly, was just at a crossroads in my life, whether I wanted to go a regular civilian way or kind of just like do something
that none of my family or my friends I know has ever done. And I pretty much went to a recruiting office and they suckered me into it.
Whew. What inspired me to join the military? When I was young, I was probably about 5 years old, and my grandfather, he was in the Army, and I remember seeing pictures of him in the Army, and he was in Germany, and I remember a lot of times he would tell me, you know, mijo, um, I really, really don't want you to join. And I told him, I said, you know, Grandpa, I want to be just like you. And he said, mijo, if you're going to join anything, you're going to join the Air Force. And I told him, I said, Grandpa, but you weren't in the Air Force. And he said, you know, well, if you're going to do something, then you need to be an officer. So I did, I joined, and it probably wasn't the best thing that he wanted to hear, but I tell you what, the look on his face when I graduated basic training was probably the best thing in my life. Just to see the pride in his face. And then, unfortunately, when I made the list for E7, was a week before he passed away. And I didn't get a chance to tell him that I made E7. But I do remember every time that I would call home, every time he'd answer the phone, he'd say, is this Sergeant Major Anzo? Or is this General Anzo? And I tell you what, that always made me want to go better, you know. And eventually that's what drove me to become, you know, a better officer, better warrant officer. So yeah, that's why I wanted to join the Army. Yeah.
I joined the military because I was a pretty troubled kid. I was hanging around the wrong crowd, doing stupid stuff, doing horrible in school, ditching school, not doing the right things. And my dad was in the military for 33 years, and so I was like, you know, he made something of himself. Like, let me give it a shot. But I actually went to the Marine recruiter first. They didn't want me because I was too short. And the only recruiter who talked to me was the Army, so that's why I ended up in the Army.
So one word to join, as to why I joined the military would be duty. Like, I'm come from a family of warriors, and I wanted to serve as that to honor my legacy, honor my family's legacy. So
Camaraderie to me was more than just a group of guys. Camaraderie was family. It was being a part of something bigger. It was the opportunity to share in an experience that meant more than just being in a unit. You know, we shared pride in what we did. We took ownership in our life. We took ownership in everything we did every day. And the camaraderie we built together as a team was more than just that. We were family. And I know that because there were times, a lot of times, especially on Friday nights, we had UFC fight nights. And I invite our family over. Basically, I call them family because that's what they were. There's my platoon. And then we invite them over. And we'd have basically it was just a party. We got together and we'd all gather around a 36-inch TV. And most of us couldn't even see what was going on. But that wasn't the point. Matter of fact, I didn't even get to see the fights most of the time. I was cooking. But the point of the whole thing was just to get everybody together, just to know that we cared about each other, that there was more to just being at work. We could let our hair down, so to speak. We called each other by our first names while we were at my house. I never was Sergeant Anzo, and they were never Private such and such or Specialist such and such. They were my family. And camaraderie to me was more than just being something, a word in the military. It was something special. It was a family, and it was something we grew to be. And I made sure that they all knew that they were a part of my life, a part of my family. And even my wife and children were a part of that. They grew to be a part of that. And So yeah, camaraderie to me, it meant more than just a word on paper. It was family.
So if I knew somebody going through a hard time right now that was looking for resources or ways to find groups or activities to gain resilience, I guess the first thing I'd actually say is you're definitely not alone. Whether it's military, civilian, it doesn't matter who you are. Um, if you actually, one of the things that's helped me the most through my mental health challenges is just talking about it. Whether people want to hear it or not, I really don't give a crap. But you'll start to find out through opening up that everybody goes through some form of mental health struggles, and it really kind of normalizes things and allows you to know that you're not alone. Second, if you're really struggling, there's plenty of hotlines, be it civilian with the local police, forces, or veteran-specific hotlines. You can Google. There's a million of them out there that you can call in a moment of crisis. I think that's the easiest thing to go by, because otherwise, if you're thinking about and looking for groups, it could probably be a little bit challenging. So I would honestly just Google a mental health crisis hotline or a vet specific one, and call immediately, especially if you're feeling like self harm.
Uh, so getting out is probably the scariest thing. I actually started to go to therapy because my anxiety and my depression is out of control. And I've talked to people in the military and out of the military, and they say out processing is the scariest thing they've ever done. And being able to meet people or through like this new organization of VAMP has definitely opened up my eyes to know that there are other people, older, younger, same age, that have gone through the same thoughts, have gone through the whole psych thing, just like me. And it's definitely comforting to know, like, you know, even though you're thinking about suicide or like the depression side of it, it's not the answer, because there's living proof through like what we're doing now, um, that things will be okay. And so, yeah.
One advice I would definitely give is to still keep in touch with your battles when you leave, because even myself now, I lack in keeping up with them, but I always think about them, and I know they always think about me because because we're just so close for so many years, and like once it's done, you don't see each other as much, so it's always nice to try and keep up with them.
Took a risk on coming solo to veterans, always moving forward by myself. Uh, Against my wife's will of not bringing any of my Glocks, because I knew no matter what it'd be veterans, and if I got too tired of it at a certain point, I could always isolate or kind of peace out, if you will. But I just definitely wanted to give it a chance, because I don't ever come across opportunities like this, and I saw it last minute, and actually one of the sponsors was a familiar person, so it kind of lended me some comfort.
Something I'll take with me from this trip is taking pride in realizing that I am a veteran, because I kind of never really like talk about it or bring it up. Like, I don't know, just like with the world nowadays, people don't really, I don't know, like appreciate it, I guess. So it's like in groups of circles when you're communicating with people, like I don't really, it's not something I talk about, but I like to appreciate those that done it with me. So I think it's made me realize just to like kind of like talk to them more. Like I'm definitely going to keep in touch with everybody here. I can't wait for the next trip. It's going to be awesome.
If there's anything else I would like to say, I'd have to tell you, always check on your brothers. I've had too many circumstances where I'm going to share something that's very personal to me, and I'm sharing it because I believe it's going to help somebody. Okay. 3 years ago, my son was a veteran. He was a combat veteran as well. He returned from deployment, and he was dealing with some demons. We were best friends. We went fishing together. We played video games together. I loved that kid.
He was my first son, okay? I have 6 daughters. He was married in, so he was my son-in-law, but I considered him my son. And let me tell you something. I feel like, let me just get down to it. One night he decided that he couldn't deal with what his demons were dealing with, and he decided to take his own life. If you ever have that problem, or if you know of somebody who's dealing with that problem, please, please check on your brothers, check on your sisters, because you never know when your brother or sister's struggling or hurting, that your phone call or your answer to that phone call may be the one thing that saves their life. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I regret every day not going over to the house and just talking to him. And I miss him every day. But I will tell you this, I will never let that happen again. So, my final words to you, be kind to your brethren, take care of them, and when someone calls, please pick up. Be there for your buddies.